What vitamin D should you take? What type, what kind? These are the questions that I get asked because there are a sea of them on the shelf when you walk into the store. And my intention is to help you figure out what to get, what to put your hands on, what is best for you if you wonder that. And vitamin D is critical to human health. So it is important that if you're not getting in the sun adequately, that you are supplementing. My name is Robin-Nutritionist. This is my 16th year, and my intention is to help you, the woman over 40, get your nutrition in order, as well as help you and me mitigate symptoms and concerns related to the pause. And when I say pause, that's perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. Just realized I'm recording this video without my lip gloss. I digress. Anyways, let's get into this vitamin D. So there are two types. There's D3 and then there's D2. And D2 is more plant-based, but not as widely available in the stores. So when you're going in the stores and you're looking for supplements, you're going to see D3, which is what I recommend. It absorbs better. It holds the absorption better. You're better off with D3 for most of our time, except now, but D3 was not vegan. It was made from comes from the lanolin wool from sheep. But now there are vegan forms of D3 that is sourced from algae. So when I lay all of this out for you, some of it really becomes preference. Okay, so let's get into it. But I've already said to you that D3 is what you want to look for. When you're out there looking, you're looking for D3. The other question that comes up is, how much should I take? I'm going to say this in two ways. You want to take enough so that your blood levels are between 60 and 80. So when you get your vitamin G checked and you fall below 60, then you know that you need more to get you steady in between the range of 60 and 80. I also did a video that gives you the formula based on your weight and all of those good things. And I'll either link it here in the down bar or somewhere, or look on the channel, but it'll tell you your perfect vitamin D formula so that you're empowered to know how much to take. My intention is always for you to be empowered. All right, so let's get into, so you walk into the store or you know you need to take vitamin D and you're like, okay, what do I take? Do I just go to Walmart or do I just go to the grocery store? What do I do? What do I take? Am I just looking for price? What do I do? And then, it gets confusing. And it can be. So traditionally, people know of the soft gel, right? So you see this little tiny soft gel, and that's a vitamin D soft gel. So here's the deal with the soft gels. The soft gels generally have a carrier oil. So that means it does not need to be taken with food because there's a fat source already in here. Now, this is where the preference comes in for you. If you have a soft gel, the actual gel could be made from gelatin containing pork. If that's okay with you, then that's okay. It could be pork or it could be made from beef, but gelatin generally for these soft gels are not vegan, and it's made from either pork or a beef source to get the gelatin. That's a preference. Like, does that matter to you? When you're getting this soft gel, you do not need to take it with food. So that is your D3 by itself as a soft gel. And some people chew these, some people don't, but you can swallow it as a soft gel. Okay, so that's a preference. And it's always important to look at what carrier oil. It could be all kinds of different carrier oils. Now, depending on the oil, some oils are pro-inflammation. So you may be taking it and you're trying to reduce inflammation, and then you're putting an oil in your body that's conducive to inflammation, right? So I just got to think of that. I do not take the soft gels anymore, but I'll tell you why. And it's not because it's bad, but I'll tell you why. But anyways, that's one source, the soft gels. There are also capsules that have powder in there. Now, this is actually what I take because I take my D3 with K2 And K2 is really beneficial for us in our midlife because the K2 helps to get the calcium that's in our bloodstream into our bones and away from organs that it doesn't belong. So usually with the D3 K2, it may look like this in a capsule. And you do need to take this with food because there is no carrier oil with it. So you want to take it with a fat source. And in this case, this capsule is all vegetarian. There's no beef, there's no pork, it's a vegetarian capsule. Needs to be taken with food. And again, this is what I take because it has the K2 included, but it needs to be taken with food. So a fat source. If it has the gelatin, it does not need to be taken with food. So with food or without food. There are also tablets where you can chew them. And we being Necessary Nutrition, we produce an all organic, vegan, plant-based tablet for those who don't want to touch anything with a face or a mother and they want to get their vitamin D from a plant source, so sourced from algae. And that one is a tablet. You can chew it up just like you could a tablet. You don't have to, you can swallow it, you can chew it, you can crush it, but you can get it that way. And that one is for those who are vegan, vegetarian. So, and there's also gummies. Here's the deal with the gummies or the soft chews. There's sugar in there. So the better, if we don't have to take any extra sugar, we get sugar in much more pleasurable sources, then I recommend that. If you are over 40 and you're able to swallow or chew and it doesn't give you any extra sugar, then that's where I would source my D from. So there are the gummies, and those, it could be vegan, it could be not vegan, it depends, but there's going to be sugar in it in order for it to taste good generally. So that's the least of what I recommend because of the sugar. So the first part for what I recommend the most would be your D3 with your K2. You would not take K2 if you are taking a blood thinning medication or you're on kidney dialysis, because that K can interfere with those things. But if that's not your story, then you would want primarily to go for D3 with K2 if you're a woman over 40, because it helps us. And the D helps us with these pause symptoms, and it helps us get ourselves together. So when we're vitamin D deficient, we're in a world of trouble. I'll put it that way. So I'm going back. You got your soft gels, which I showed you. Soft gels, your capsules. You can have tablets or you have chews. And I do the capsules with the K2. When you're looking at brands, supplements are not regulated, so anybody can put anything in a bottle. You want to look for those that have certifications of purity, and those generally cost more because in order to get those certifications, they have to have all these inspectors come in and all of that. So sometimes people are just looking for the cheapest, and I can tell you, in this case, the cheapest may not be the best for you because they're using lower quality ingredients. The less it costs, the less it costs. But who knows? Maybe you don't care about that. So you want to look for the highest quality if that's important to you. You want to look for your D3 with a K2, and that's not always in the stores. Necessary Nutrition, which is my company, we have been producing vitamin D supplements for 15 years. And yes, we would love to be your supplier of vitamin D, but if we're not, I still want you to be empowered to get what is best for you based on your preference. I'm going to say it again. Gummies is the least of what I recommend. We don't carry gummies. I recommend that if you're taking the soft gel, then you just know if, and these are the least expensive. These are the least expensive. They're cheaper to make. You're looking at what carrier oils and if it has pork in it or if it doesn't and all of those things. So you just got to be conscious of that, because the last thing is if you don't eat pork and then all of a sudden you're swallowing a soft gel that is pork. You didn't realize it. So for me, again, I say I go with the capsule because it's the casing, there's no pork, there's no beef, and it has the D3 K2. We would love to be your vitamin D supplier. I've said that again. The information on the Necessary Nutrition D3K2 is in the down bar. Let me know if you have any questions. Although we have our own brand, I will absolutely answer questions for you as honest as possible on anybody else's brand. And there are so many out there. So price is not always the best thing to go to. You want to look for quality and absorption. And the best way to know is if you're taking a vitamin D and your blood levels are going up, that is a positive sign. All right. So I think that is all I have to say about that. I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things that us YouTubers are supposed to say for you guys. If you find this helpful, again, please let me know what you thought about this video. What are the questions I can answer for you? I look in the comments and I create and answer questions based on what you all ask me. I think that is it. The information, of course, about Necessary Nutrition's vitamin D is in the down bar. And maybe you don't need vitamin D. Maybe you have a brand that you love, but this video was helpful for you. I will gladly accept a cup of herbal tea. So you can buy me a cup of tea if you'd like, and I would be so grateful. And I will sip it and I will send you blessings and love for that. And that information is down below. All right, I think that's it for now. Eat well, think well, and be well. This is Robin, Necessary Nutrition, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.